Hey guys, welcome to episode 1 of a brand new series here on FIFA 22. Probably the last series we're going to do this year on this game, and as ever throughout the summer, this save is one of the promoted sides from the Championship back in the Premier League. Updated transfers, we've done probably close to 500 in total from real life transfers, and also updated the league standings. Sides that have been promoted are up, sides that got relegated are down, and hopefully we can keep Nottingham Forest in the Premier League. It's great to have Nottingham Forest in the Premier League. They are one of the sides that in my childhood were just synonymous with the Premier League. Had their troubles since, but back to the big time now. And we're looking to firstly keep them there and then subsequently try and get back to the good old days of winning European trophies. Thank you, Mr. Brian Clough. So, I have ordered a brand new kit that it's been released now. It's available for pre-order, so I'm not going to receive it for about 4 weeks, unfortunately, but I will, soon as possible, have the brand new 22-23 Nottingham Forest kit to be able to wear for the save. Of course, we have all of the other kits from the saves that we've been doing throughout the course of our FIFA history lined up there, so eventually it will be added to that list. But for now, we're going to concentrate on Nottingham Forest here and now. I have disabled the first transfer window because we've manually made all of the transfers. So for this first episode, there won't be any transfer business as we look to push through the first couple of months. Now, it's been tradition recently that when we have a side, if we are a manager of side that comes up to the Premier League, we simulate the games against the big 5 or 6 in the first season to try and emulate a tougher first season in the top flight. We simulate the big 6. We will do that in this first season at Forest as well. So that's the way we'll do it. So today we will sim Liverpool, sim City and play Leicester City, which is the first local derby of the season. Leicester not that far away from Nottingham. I live in the Nottingham area as well, so I'm trying to get as familiar as I can with the club here throughout the course of this save. And if there are many Forest fans in the comment section, then please do let me know. Fan favourites, players you'd like to see the club sign, maybe a former player that you'd like to see back at the club, let me know down below and I will try and do what I can throughout the course of the window. We're looking at players that they've been linked with IRL as well. As I record this, Biancone hasn't been officially announced yet, so he hasn't been done in this save, but he's on my shortlist. Niakate is a player that's supposedly heavily linked as well as Harry Toffolo. James Gunner was on loan last year, was very much appreciated at the club as far as I'm aware, and I'd be open to bringing him back if you guys would perhaps like to see him. And then we have a couple of other players that are on the shortlist that have been linked IRL. At present though, like I say, no transfer business in this window, but we have some money to spend. By default, they only get about £12 million, but I artificially boosted it to 50, or with a £50 million boost to replicate the Premier League funds coming in. And it has been widely said that the owner is going to heavily back the manager IRL, so I've kind of heavily backed myself, so we will have some money to spend. My aim in this first season is quite simply just to stay up, because as you look at the starting 11, not strong. Key players are going to be Dean Henderson in goal, going to be very important. And we need the new striker up top. Brennan Johnson on the right is obviously going to be integral to our attacking play as well. Ryan Yates, Scott McKenna and Joe Worrell are going to be the core of my defensive unit. And we're going to look to sign a left back as well. If there's anyone you think that we should look to move on, then do let me know in the comment section as well. Bryce Samba I have transfer listed. Heavily rumoured to be leaving the club, going to Lens in Ligue 1 in France. We'll look to replicate that by moving him out in January, unless something changes in the meantime. Outside of that, we're going to need to look for a wing-back. I'm looking for a centre-mid as well, maybe a cam too. We'll have to wait and see how time goes. I have loan listed a couple of players, so some of the youngsters we will look to loan out. Lyle Taylor, I'm going to look to sell. Bryce Samba, as I mentioned, transfer listed. Then Zande Silva, Sam Surridge, and Mohamed Draga. Actually, Draga in real life has had his loan at Luzerne in Switzerland extended. So I brought him back before then finding out that he'd had it extended. So we'll look to loan him out again. Forna and Konate and back. Also going to look to loan those guys out. What the board want from us this year, I'm not sure. All they want to do is avoid relegation. I'm happy to avoid relegation. If we can finish Mid-table, I think that's a win for us in season number 1. Round of 16 in the FA Cup should be doable. Long-term, within 3 years, they do want us to get a Europa League spot. That's top 6 within 3 years. It's doable in FIFA, of course, because it's more unrealistic and the progression is quicker. But that still might be a tough ask. Financially, make a profit of £2.6 million from youth player sales. That will be easily done. Sign one crucial first-team player to a midfield position. Now, I am looking, as I said, for a centre mid or a cam, so that'll get done in January, I'm sure. Youth development-wise, 4 youth academy players, 1 in each position, not a problem. Long-term as well, have 2 players from youth academy play at least 30% of the games. We're hoping that we will have some luck with our youth academy. I am going to spend a significant amount of money on the youth academy because it's going to be important in the early seasons. We'll actually get some good stuff in as soon as we can, but please let me know in the comments section, where do you think I should send these scouts and what sort of players should I send them out looking for? I haven't yet looked here in my youth academy. I wanted to do it live. Our future star is Tyler Cook, our homegrown future star. 6'5" striker, 87 jumping, 90 stamina, 89 strength. His pace is okay. He's actually an incredible all-rounder by the looks of things. 63 stand tackle, 63 finishing. So he's as good at tackling as he is at... Is that the CDM I'm looking for? I mean, maybe. Short passing of 73 as well. He's not that good technically with the ball at his feet with regards ball control and dribbling. I think we might have a CDM on our hands here, lads. I could use him at centre-back, but with players like Scott McKenna and Joe Worrell at the moment, I'm going to stick with them. But certainly, he could go in ahead of Cafu, who I have at CDM currently. I have Jack Colback that I can also use at a midfield role. Obviously, Ryan Yates, that's currently in midfield, can play at centre-back as well, I'm aware. So, it is an area of concern, that midfield segment. But that's where, hopefully, you guys come in January. So, pre-season, we're going to simulate. And I won't dwell on you a little bit too long in this intro. I know I'm aware I've been waffling for a little while. We'll head towards the Liverpool game as soon as we possibly can, and then we'll play Leicester City at the end of the episode. I'm not sure if we'll be drawn in the first round of the Carabao Cup. I don't believe so, but hopefully there's some money to be won from this pre-season tournament. Although, to do that, we kind of have to make sure that we win our games. A Bryce Samba transfer bid from Fiorentina at £2.95 million. I will look to negotiate that, or do I just accept it? I will wait for now and see what you guys say. If you want me to sell Bryce Samba, I will. I kind of preemptively transfer listed him, but I'll wait and see what you guys say, or see what happens in real life. We do get a win there. Brennan Johnson bags a goal and Ryan Yates gets one as well, so we're well on our way in the pre-season tournament. And if we can get a positive result in game number 3, then we're going to do well there as well. Everton want Drager on loan. I'll reject that for the time being. I'm going to need Drager until January, because probably into January to begin with, because obviously we've got a limited number of fullbacks here. FC Schalke are recently promoted back to the Bundesliga. We've done that in game. We win! Lewis Graben with an 84th minute winner off the bench. My guy. Love to see that. Lewis Graben still doing the business in a Nottingham Forest shirt. And Stuttgart will be the next side. Xandi Silva, loan to buy from Augsburg. I will delegate that to just a loan and a short-term loan, perhaps, to be signed in January. And that is certainly something I'm open to. Like I say, we'll get through this pre-season tournament as quickly as possible. Join me in the game. Well, we're out now. Join me in the game against Liverpool, or at the game against Liverpool, where we'll simulate that in City, and then we will play Leicester. From there, it will be 3 played games per episode, and then we'll sim the rest for that month. We'll try and do 1 month per episode to get ourselves through the seasons as quickly as possible. If we have to adjust that slightly on the way, then we will do so. For those of you that are curious, we're playing on ultimate difficulty with sliders set as you see them on screen. I do record this save live over on Twitch. So if you want to come across and join me and watch these live and have your say live, then you absolutely can do so. There's a link down below in the description. Do come and join me. And if you're ever curious to know what my sliders are, either come back to this episode or go to the Twitch channel and type !sliders in chat, and Nightbot will tell you what those sliders are. Right, let's head to the Liverpool game, get our season underway, and then Leicester. It's quite the welcome to the Premier League, isn't it? Liverpool in your first match day, Manchester City in your second. As you see, we've drawn Preston North End in the Cups. We'll play that as well today and get ourselves hopefully through to the next round of the Carabao Cup. Be a good opportunity for some fringe players to get some football, some youngsters. You'll notice that the young future star starts. Mr. Cook is in at CDM, so he's going to get the nod here for the first game of the season against Liverpool. As we mentioned earlier, simming the games against the Big Six in Season 1. Season 2 onwards, provided... What?! Provided we stay in the Premier League. Awoniyi, hat-trick on debut at home against Liverpool. Well, there goes my don't play the Big Six because they play rubbish. Simmer and you get a more realistic result. Welcome to the Premier League. Welcome to FIFA. Okay, mate, that makes perfect sense. Let's see if we get a more realistic result against Forest. If we don't, maybe I throw that rule out the window, because clearly it doesn't mean anything. Previously, it's been the logical thing to do, and we've had expected sorts of results from games like that. Unbelievable, top of the table after one match day against Liverpool. Right, City. Mahrez, Foden, Sterling, they're not starting, but I guess because of this formation they play, I'm not sure Haaland's going to get a game. Quick sim against City. 2-1 defeat, Sterling and Bernardo Silva. Well, I'll leave it up to you guys then. What do you think in the comment section? Do we or do we not sim games against the Big Six? Because the first game against Liverpool's completely shot me right in the face, hasn't it? Oh, dearie me. Right, we'll go and play Preston and we'll play Leicester. Classic FIFA. Right then, let's go and play our first played game. We will rotate a bit though, considering Preston are championship for the Cup. Preston playing a narrow midfield with 3 centrally and then the striker up top of Cameron Archer and Sean Maguire, who's got some pace to be fair. Both of them are quite quick. 5 at the back, as you can see there as well. Not a strong side, but to be fair, I'm not playing an overly strong side either. So this might be actually quite a competitive tie. We shall wait and see how well Preston play. Like prime Barcelona, judging by the first 60 seconds worth of play. Keeping morale as high as possible will be important, given the fact that we expect to struggle in the league. And the higher morale is, the better my manager rating will be, and the less likely I am to potentially get sacked. First shot of the game from Konate, comfortably saved by the goalkeeper though. Played at that particular moment in time, but that was genuinely a shot from him there. Lolly into the middle. Konate! Just needed to get a bit more on it than that. 0-0 still. Get there. Well up, Cafu. Mighton to Graben. Mighton's gone again. We'll look for him through that gap. And inside. And Graben. Oh! Tasty finish from Lewis Graben. Might have taken a deflection to rise up off the underside of the bar, or he's just that damned accurate. Brilliant finish. Pulled it into the box, and it took an age to reach man in the middle. And no, he's put it there on purpose. Lewis Graben might not be able to run. Oh no, it has taken the deflection. It has taken the deflection off the underside of the bar. Regardless, Lewis Graben is still pretty deadly. The first goal scored in a played game in this save goes to Lewis Graben. Still fighting for that Forest first team spot despite Taiwo Awoniyi scoring a hat-trick against Liverpool. Lewis Graben means business this year. 1-0 Forest. Up the Reds. Oh, that's nasty. Right, Joe Lolly. For some reason I think I was calling him Simon Lolly earlier on. Don't ask me why. Joe Lolly involved in the play. Konate looking to get away. Only 61 rated Konate, so we're certainly not going to expect too much of him in this game. Joe Lolly again. Back there to Konate for a second time. Lewis Graben finding some space, and he's past his man. Lewis Graben is the main man up top. Anything Awoniyi can do, Lewis Graben can do too. Nil. Maguire. Johnson, that's a nice ball. McCann through, and Archer. Game on again. It's not all our own way today. Cameron Archer pulls one back for Preston North End. Not sure what the results were for Forest against Preston last season IRL, but certainly In the first half, we had it all our own way. In the second, we haven't so far. 2-1, and maybe there's more to come from this fixture. I've taken Lolly into a cam position, and we've brought on Xande Silva on the left-hand side now, just to change things up a little bit for this second half. Joe Lolly, from distance, on his left, draws the save out of Everson, who will get clattered by Lewis Grabban, who won't get his hat-trick. Still 2-1 here. Time is running out for Preston. 3.5 minutes to go. Their goal scorer, Cameron Archer, looks through the gap. He's going to find Johnson, who finds the far top corner. 4 goals in this game, all scored in that goal. Getting a bit abusive-ish to the fans, but fair play. Last-minute late equaliser from a 2-0 deficit. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. The fans will, no doubt, in that corner be going absolutely mad. Lolly will spread this out wide, and I'm going to have to get it forward quickly. Here's Xande Silva. What can he do? Dick all, apparently, looking to get it forward again. They scored a late goal. Can we score a later goal? Looking for Nuno da Costa, but the pass is poor. It will be penalties then in our first played game at Nottingham Forest. Can Bryce Samba be a penalty hero again, as he was in real life last season? Cafu from the spot, trying to get us through to the next round of this competition. Not a great start, is it? Daniel Johnson steps up. Keeper goes the right way, but buried. Nuno da Costa will try the same place as before. Great pen. That's what wanted to happen with the first one. Alan Brown. I think it's Alan Brown. Steps up. Big Bryce Samba comes up good again. Joe Lolly on his left. Actually, I'm going to go straight down the middle and hope the keeper moves. Please move. Thank you. We're in front in the penalty shootout. Can we save again? Reese for them. He's going to go right. Keeper's right. Bottom corner. Great penalty. Drager. I'm going to go same place, I think. Oh, keeper's made a brilliant stop. Cameron Archer, scorer of their first goal. Bryce Samba again. He loves a pen, doesn't he, Bryce Samba? The right back. Tucks it home. Right then. Pressure on, Mr. Potts. Oh, and he cracks under that pressure. Bryce Samba, penalty hero once again. He might not be at the club for much longer, but he certainly has a reputation to upkeep. Nottingham Forest through to the next round of the Carabao Cup, thanks to the main man in goal again. Mr. Potts will not want to see that back again. Right, Leicester City next. Bring it on. Leicester's lineup in the Premier League. Kasper Schmeichel in goal. Pereira, Fofana, Soyuncu and James Justin. Wilfred Ndidi sat holding with Yuri Tielemans alongside him. Might not be a Leicester City man for too much longer. Yuri Tielemans heavily linked with Arsenal. Mark Albrighton and Harvey Barnes on the wings, with James Maddison sat behind your boy Jamie Vardy up top. Some quality on the bench, not necessarily in rating, but certainly in ability. Patson Daka's very, very good indeed, and I would be particularly concerned if he comes on off the bench. My starting lineup is as you've seen it previously, not as it was in the first game, but as we lined up our first starting setup. Can Taiwo replicate his form against Liverpool in a played game? And can he replicate what Lewis Grabban did in the last played game? Grabban has actually come to me and said he wants to leave. So he's submitted a transfer request. I can't offer him a new deal. Lewis Grabban, it looks like, will leave us at the end of the season on a free, whether we like it or not, unfortunately. Nicely intercepted, Alex Myton back filling in for the forward-running fullback. Tyler Cook turning nicely, finding Ryan Yates, who tries to turn nicely and gets battered by Wilfred Ndidi, but he's not going to be the only player to have that outcome this season. Ryan Yates inside to Ieda. Tyler Cook looking to get forward here. It is on his left, and that was travelling towards the top corner. First real chance of the game comes after 26 minutes here at the City Ground, but wasn't really going to cause the keeper too many problems. Drager will stop them from getting that, thank you very much. Well, they're looking to press here, Leicester, as you can see there, and that might cause them some problems, opening them up at the back. Here was Awani. Again, very well held by Kasper Schmeichel. We're going to have to come up with something special to beat him today, I think. Oh, it's a lovely through ball. Out of nowhere, Michael Brighton is in behind. And Scott McKenna stands firm. Tyler Cook can't do the same, though. Yuri Tielemans getting away from him. Scott McKenna and Joe Worrell are both in their early 20s. Or early to mid-20s. They're both 24. Oh, James Maddison, you would have expected to tuck that away from there. So I don't know how long they'll be with us. They could potentially, if they grow well, be the centre-back partnership that stay with us for quite a while. The dynamic potential mechanic in FIFA can be quite strong at times, and it certainly can make those players that don't necessarily have high stats play very, very well and grow really nicely. Here's Cook looking for Taiwo, trying to play the ball through. Just too many defenders back there trying to work that second effort. Can't quite do it. 5 minutes to go till half-time. Been a pretty even game. Leicester been poor in possession at times, but you can see that that press is working nicely for them on occasion as well. Hopefully we can see out at least a point from this, if not more. Ndidi, Maddison, Vardy. Obvious he's out wide there in Harvey Barnes again. It's a nice push. He's down the line. Back there to James Justin, the option on the edge of the box. Where's he going to go? That's where he does go. Ndidi into Vardy to Maddison. Goal. Leicester City take a 1-0 lead in this local derby. It's not the derby. That's Derby. They're League One now in this save because we manually moved them. But James Maddison gives Leicester City a 1-0 lead here and just couldn't quite cope with the movement there. Just too much space for the men in the middle. And unfortunately, Dean Henderson can't keep it out. That's 1-0 Leicester. We'll have to go again. Try and get ourselves an equaliser. Lovely ball by Justin into Vardy. Around the corner to Harvey Barnes. Ooh, Harvey Barnes. Challenge. Oh, I wish we could get an equaliser. Jamie Vardy into Maddison again. Beaten for a second time at his near post, Dean Henderson. James Maddison does it for a second time in quick succession. Vardy turns. There's just nobody marking him. You can't leave James Maddison on his own in the box like that. That's just not good enough. They're just holding formation and not actually marking who's around them. Dean Henderson can't react in time. And we're 2-0 down at home. Here's Harvey Barnes out wide. He's got Jamie Vardy at the back post, so he looks for, but it's well blocked by Joe Worrell. Yates finds Brendan Johnson, and we'll try and bring it forward. Ayeda coming off soon for Joe Lolly. It's going to come on into that cam roll. Tielemans pokes that out wide here toward Brighton, and they might be in for a third here, Leicester. Back to Ricardo Pereira. Maddison, Vardy. Be nice if the keeper could keep stuff out of his near post, wouldn't it? Jamie Vardy makes it 3-0 Leicester. And Dean Henderson, not exactly having a great debut here, is he? Or at least played debut. He can't seem to save anything at his near post. 3-0 down. This is a bit different to the last game. Barnes inside to Vardy. Maddison out wide. James Justin trips over the man that was with him. This second half has just been all Leicester City. Just like the second half in the last game was all Preston North End. Are we a side that show up for 45 minutes and then don't keep that performance going outside of that? Maybe so. That would be something we'd need to overcome this year. Leicester are a good side, to be fair. And it's not a massive surprise that we've had trouble against them. Trying to wait for the defender to commit so I can play the pass. Brendan Johnson just not got enough support or space to do anything with that. And with 5 minutes to go, we're going to take a drubbing here at home. Well, in the first game at home this season, they won 3-1 against Liverpool. This is a little bit different to that. Leicester have been really good in this game. Slight questions asked of the goalkeeper with a couple of the chances, but they've been clinical. Leicester City, when they get the chance, they are putting it away. Good block by Joe Worrell to deny them a late fourth as well. It might be a long, tough season for us here with Nottingham Forest. To be fair, that's what I was kind of hoping for and expecting. We'll make the series super entertaining and obviously add something. That's a terrible pass. Add something that we don't usually see in FIFA career modes, which is a relegation fight. We did have one in the first save that we did of FIFA 22 this whole year with the Chesnoid FC Creator Club save. We did get relegated, of course, if you cast your mind back to that save in that first season in the Premier League, but our squad wasn't as strong or rephrase, our squad was less weak than this Forest one. But certainly signs shown here in this save that definitely this squad needs strengthening if we're to stay in the league. And that's the case in real life as well. Forest are going about doing so, and we will have to go about doing so in January. I think it's more a case of just ensuring that we're in a position where we still have something to fight for by the time January comes around, because evidently we have the money to spend in the transfer window, and we will absolutely be looking to spend it, and the majority of it too. But who on? That we shall have to wait and see. For now though, we're 12th, and if we finish the season 12th, we're very happy. 1 win, 2 defeats to start the league season. Not the kindest of fixtures though, to be completely honest. And if we'd have beaten Leicester and lost to Liverpool, you'd have said it was exactly how you would have potentially started the season. Or maybe even just a point against Leicester. But nothing there, unfortunately, for us today. Arsenal, Bournemouth and Everton as it stands, although we're waiting for the next round of the Carabao Cup to be drawn. And like I say, let me know if you think I should sim those big 6 games. If you think so, then I will. If not, then we'll play them and we'll just see what results we get. But for now, that's all for this first episode. Thank you very much for watching. Please do drop the video a like and make sure you subscribe. Leaving your comments in the comment section down below as well with your feedback. A, it helps me create the series. B, it helps push the content to new people and help the channel grow, which would be great. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for more. Ta-ta.